Welcome to Module 3 of the BPOS Administration and Deployment Workshop, which is Accessing Business Productivity Online Services. This presentation reviews how to access and use the Business Productivity Online Suite. For client interactivity, there are three ways to access the online services. At work, you can use Microsoft Online Services sign-in application, which makes it easy to access the services by providing one-click launching, authentication, Office application and configuration, and password management features. The application is installed on the client computer and auto-configures Microsoft Office applications for use with the services. Deploying and supporting the sign-in application will be one of the most common IT tasks associated with the services. To access online services from a remote location, such as at home or on the road, browse to home.microsoftonline.com. After authenticating to the portal, you'll have easy access to your online services such as Microsoft Office Outlook Web Access, SharePoint Online, Live Meeting, and Office Communications Online. You'll be asked to authenticate to these services. In addition, you can configure a mobile device using Windows Mobile 6 or later and ActiveSync 12 to access your online services. It will access all the services by using the same techniques as the Windows Internet Explorer method, and you can use the ActiveSync architecture for local email integration. Microsoft Online Services provides a set of server services: Microsoft Exchange Server, Microsoft Office SharePoint Server, Office Live Meeting, associated with a set of desktop-rich clients. For example, Exchange Server is associated with Office Outlook 2007, Office SharePoint Server has Internet Explorer, and Office Live Meeting has its own client. When accessing services in the cloud using a locally installed application, such as Office Outlook 2007 or Internet Explorer, the user is signed in locally to a user account that has a different security context from the cloud services. As a result, users are required to log into the web-based applications, even though they've already authenticated to their local system or domain. Because Microsoft Online Services are cloud-based services, user accounts are distinct from any local identities, which by default would require authenticating to each service separately, regardless of how you access the service. For example, you'd have to authenticate using Office Outlook 2007 in addition to Office Outlook Web Access. In addition, desktop applications must typically be configured to talk to the servers in the cloud. Office Outlook 2007 and Office Live Meeting clients need Microsoft servers. To make the services easy to access, Microsoft created the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application. The Microsoft Online Services sign-in application runs on the local desktop. Users will have an online service username and password that is unique to the online services. The application automatically configures your desktop applications and provides authentication to the services. This provides one place to launch Office Outlook 2007, Office Live Meeting, SharePoint Online, and future online services as they are released. Administrator privileges are required to install the software. The Microsoft Online Services sign-in application requires the following: .NET Framework 3 or above must be installed. Your operating system must be Windows XP 2 or later. Windows Vista and Windows Vista SP1 are also supported. However, Home SKUs are not supported. The following applications are supported: Office Outlook 2007 with Service Pack 1. The Gateway DNS entry for the Auto Discovery service must be modified for FreeBusy information to function correctly with Office Outlook 2007 RTM. Office Outlook 2003, Office Live Meeting 8, Office Communicator, and Internet Explorer 7 and above. Note that Outlook 2003 requires the installation of a BPOS connector to show FreeBusy and presence information. This tool will become available in December 2009. There is also a Macintosh client version available of the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application. This requires macOS 10.4 or 10.5 and Java client version 1.4.2. It supports the Safari 3 browser and Microsoft Entourage 2004-2008 and Microsoft Entourage 2008 Web Services Edition mail clients. When you sign into the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application for the first time, it will ask you to change your password from the automatically generated password to a personal password. It will also detect which versions of Office Outlook and Office Live Meeting you're running on your computer. If you're running software that is out of date and not compatible with the service, you'll be informed and it will recommend you that you install the new version. you must be running Office Outlook 2007 and Office Live Meeting 2008. After you've met all the software requirements, you'll be able to start the configuration process. When you start the configuration process, you'll create a new profile that just works with Microsoft Office Suite. During the configuration process, you'll be asked to close all other applications. For example, you'll receive a warning that you must close Office Outlook 2007 or close all Internet Explorer browser windows for all changes to be saved. This slide table shows you the basic password-related policy settings and the password complexity requirements. You should note that the Microsoft Online Password policy is not configurable. You should review these policies with your customers to ensure that the policies are acceptable to them. For Office Outlook 2007, you'll have a current profile set up to work with your current email system. A new profile will automatically be created for you when you install the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application. The profile name will be the same as your services account logon name. When you launch Office Outlook 2007, stop. When you launch Office Outlook 2007 by using the sign-in application, you'll not be prompted to select a profile or authenticate. If you launch Office Outlook 2007 from the desktop icon, you'll be asked which profile to use. When selecting the services profile, you'll then be asked to authenticate. You can add your local PST to the new profile and immediately access your old email. This slide shows some of the impacts of creating a new Microsoft Outlook profile. Some settings require actions to be taken to preserve them. These include rules, autocomplete, and locally stored PST files that are not listed in the profile although they are present. You'll have a new global address list, or GAL, associated with the new Outlook profile. This is the offline address book when used in cached mode. In coexistence scenarios, free and busy scheduling information is not available between on-premise and online services. You may also be prompted to provide a digital certificate when not using the Online Services sign-in application. If a profile is corrupted and must be replaced, a user should take the following steps. Stop. If a profile is corrupted and must be replaced, a user should take the following steps. Log on to the sign-in application, click the Options tab and select Advanced Options. Click the Reconfigure My Desktop Applications link. Launch the entire application configuration process again. Check the corrupted application and make sure it's working correctly. For Office Outlook 2007, when configuring another profile, do not delete the old one. When reconfiguring, a new profile will be created with the same name as before. The old profile, stop. The old profile will be renamed to Backup. If this process fails, delete the old profile in Control Panel, select Email Options, and start again. The sign-in application automatically detects when updates to the application are available. There's a built-in upgrade wizard on the left side that will notify users when it is time to upgrade. Users will have two options: install now or install later. When updates occur, there's a grace period where users are allowed to bypass upgrading, but after some period of time the upgrade will be required to ensure continuity of service. At that time, as soon as users sign in, the sign-in application will inform them they must either install the upgrade or log off. The upgrade feature will not work if users do not have install privileges. They will either have to deploy a new MSI or be given installation privileges as per standard MSI policy. Now you'll view the Accessing Microsoft Online Services through the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application demonstration. To use the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application, we first need to install it. So run the MSI installer file we downloaded earlier. On the welcome page we click Next. Then accept the license terms. Accept the default installation location and click Install. When that's completed, we'll leave the checkbox selected to run the application immediately and then click Finish. And the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application window is now open on the desktop. To configure the sign-in application, we log in as the service administrator we created earlier. To retrieve the temporary password, we need to open the notepad file from the desktop and copy and paste the temporary password into the sign-in dialog box. We'll turn off the Remember My Password option and then click Sign In. we're prompted to change the password as this is his first login. So we paste the temporary password in again and then enter a new strong password. And then save it. You can see the password has been changed successfully. Then we'll click continue on the warning about open browser windows. Next, we ensure the application checkboxes are selected and click configure applications, which will open an Outlook window. But we don't need it at this time, so we can close it down. In the sign in tool, we click the options tab and then select our sign in preferences. So select the remember my password option, automatically sign me in. Then we click the advanced options and verify the notification options. It's going to notify me of updates to the sign in application or when a configuration is available. And then we apply those changes. To access our online applications, we click the Home tab. We're going to open SharePoint Online by clicking the My Company Portal button. And note that we're automatically signed in as Toby Nixon. And to see where it says Welcome Toby Nixon in the upper right corner. If we go under the company intranet and look at the sales site, click on the sales site link. Notice again the site automatically displays without prompting for any credentials, and we can see Toby Nixon is displayed in the upper right corner of the page. Close down these windows, these browser windows. In the sign-in tool, if we open email and calendaring, note that Outlook 2007 also opens without prompting us for any credentials. We're going to send a new message, and we're going to send it to Matt Berg. So we click to and then select Matt in the list of names. Click to button to add him to the recipients list. Enter subject and then enter some text in the body of the message. And click send to send it. Then that message has left the outbox. The message is now gone and we can close Outlook down. When you close down the sign-in tool itself, it actually remains open in the system tray, so to completely exit the application you need to right-click the icon and click exit. And that concludes this demonstration. When you're not in your office and therefore do not have access to the sign-in application, you can still access your online services by using a web browser to access My Company Portal. You can always use URLs to directly access Outlook, Web Access, Live Meeting and your Office SharePoint server sites. Just add them to your favourites in Internet Explorer and launch them anytime you're online. Now you will view the Accessing Microsoft Online Services through Microsoft Online Services Web Access demonstration. In this demonstration, we will access a SharePoint Online site without the sign-in tool, which illustrates how you might access these services when you're away from your regular desktop. So click the Go Directly to My Company Portal link. And we'll sign in as Matt Berg. So we need to copy the temporary password from the text file on the desktop for the Matt Berg account. And then paste it into the password box in the login dialog box and sign in. Matt Berg hasn't signed in before, so we are required to change the password by entering the old password again and then providing a new strong password in the new password and confirm password fields. And then save it. Then we'll open the My Company portal page. In the portal we'll open Outlook Web Access from under the Email and Calendar section and log in as Matt Berg. Again, notice we have to log in here with credentials as we're not using the sign-in tool. So enter his username and password and click log on. And we can change our language and time zone information and click OK to open Outlook Web Access. We'll open the email from Toby Nixon and send him a reply. So enter reply in the text box and click send. And if we look in the sent items folder, we can see that it's now gone. We can log out of Outlook Web Access. Back in the company portal, we'll open the sales SharePoint site, and again note that we'll be prompted for credentials as we're not using the single sign-in tool. So again we'll sign in as Matt Berg, the username and password, and click OK. And we'll grant some site permissions to a user, so we'll open the People and Groups page and click New and use the Browse button to find the Toby Nixon account and add him to the list. And then in the Give Permissions section, under Give User Permission Directly, we'll grant him the Contribute permission for this site, which allows him to view, add, update and delete site content. And here we can see that the Toby Nixon account has the Contribute permission now. We can then sign out of the portal, and that concludes this demonstration. Even when you're on the road, you can still access your online services by using a Windows Mobile 6 or later device and ActiveSync. You can connect to Exchange Online without the need for any additional hardware, software or licenses. Windows Mobile 6 and later phones have built-in compatibility with Exchange ActiveSync. This data synchronization program allows Exchange Online users to take advantage of Windows Mobile features to access push email, calendar, contacts with GAL integration, and tasks. It also provides password reset and device wipe utilities. With device wipe, if a mobile device is lost, stolen or otherwise compromised, users can sign into their mailboxes through Outlook Web Access and remotely erase all information from the device. These utilities are not available for the deskless worker version. You use the ActiveSync wizard to connect to Exchange Online services and provide your logon credentials. Exchange ActiveSync provides synchronization of mailbox data between Exchange Online and mobile devices. Mobile devices that are enabled for Exchange ActiveSync allow users to access their email, calendar, contacts and tasks anytime and anywhere. To enhance security, authentication from mobile devices to Exchange Online is conducted over a Secure Sockets Layer or SSL connection by using a password and username. The following top-rated devices have been tested and found compatible with Exchange Online: the Nokia E series and Nokia N series. Nokia Mail for Exchange must be installed for these. And the Apple iPhone 2. The Safari mobile browser is required for these. These devices do not support the Exchange ActiveSync Direct Push feature. However, they do support synchronization with Microsoft Exchange. Exchange ActiveSync technology is licensed by a number of device manufacturers, so other phones are known to work, but check with the manufacturer first. Exchange Online is accessible on BlackBerry devices. For Exchange Online customers, there are 3 options to access your email, address book, and calendar on a BlackBerry. First, there is the BlackBerry Internet Service, or BIS. BIS is a subscription service available through mobile operators around the globe. BIS enables push email on your BlackBerry device at no additional cost. Other Exchange Online information, such as contacts and calendar data, is updated through a wired connection. For information on BIS capabilities and fees, please contact your mobile operator. Second, there are partner client application solutions, such as NotifySync or AstraSync. NotifySync is a client application for BlackBerry smartphones from Notify Technology that can synchronize email, calendar, contacts and tasks directly to Exchange Online. NotifySync can be configured to either use a direct or a scheduled push option when connecting to the user's email platform. NotifySync provides support for folder management, global address lookup, meeting invitations and remote wipe. Another partner solution is AstraSync for BlackBerry smartphones, which performs two-way over-the-air synchronization of email, calendar and contact data with Exchange Online. And lastly, there is the hosted BlackBerry service from Microsoft Online Services. For Exchange Online and Business Productivity Online Standard Suite customers who already have or prefer to purchase their own BlackBerry Enterprise Server or BES licenses, Microsoft provides a hosted BlackBerry service. The hosted BlackBerry service offers the most commonly requested BlackBerry capabilities for Microsoft Online Services customers, including email, calendar, contacts with global address list integration, tasks, device wipe and password reset. The hosted BlackBerry service requires customers to send the BES licenses they have already purchased to Microsoft to provide hosting and operational support within the Microsoft Online Services data centers. The service is purchased and billed separately from Exchange Online or the Business Productivity Online suite through a separate agreement. To learn more or request a service agreement, contact your Microsoft representative or Microsoft Online Services partner. If you do not have a Microsoft partner or representative, you may request a hosted BlackBerry service agreement through Customer Services for Microsoft Online Services. There are several things you can do to troubleshoot the sign-in process. You can use traditional networking tools such as ping and NSLookup. For example, if you have latency issues of more than 200 milliseconds when using ping, it can lead to login problems. Other things you can do include testing the single sign-in service, viewing the log files generated by the sign-in tool, checking time synchronization, and testing Autodiscover. Users should verify the configuration settings in Internet Explorer under Tools, Internet Options, Content, Certificates, Personal Folder, and then verify that an online certificate has been issued, is valid, and has not expired. A certificate typically takes the form of user@onlinecompany.com. You can discover more at the following URL: https://signinservice.microsoftonline.com/SSO service. The sign-in tool generates log files that can be useful for diagnosing issues relating to the sign-in tool. These contain detailed information about sign-in tool activities. To connect to Microsoft Online Services, you must ensure that the clock on your workstation is within 5 minutes of the correct time. If time is not synchronized correctly, you will receive error messages stating that the service is unable to establish a secure connection. The Autodiscover feature assists with Outlook to Exchange integration and is enabled by default in Exchange Online. To test Autodiscover, hold the Control key and left-click the Outlook Quick Launch icon, and then click Test Email Auto Configuration. Microsoft Online Services empowers information workers to access online content in 3 form factors. At work, the Microsoft Online Services sign-in application will enable authentication to all the services and integrate into Office Outlook. On the road, the My Company portal will be the gateway to online services content, such as Office SharePoint Server, Live Meeting and Office Outlook Web Access. And Windows Mobile 6 and later and ActiveSync 12 devices will deliver email and SharePoint access to the palm of your hand. Here are some useful resources for the Business Productivity Online suite. These include TechNet papers, help and documentation information, and online demos and forums. That concludes this presentation.